Mitch Trubisky is the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears again. Fantastic, right? Fantastic. All the Bears fans out there, I'm sure you're extremely happy to see Mitch Trubisky under center again. I mean, a little bit of sarcasm, but at the same time, was Nick the answer? Me personally, they've got a lot of issues on the offensive side of the ball, right? I mean, first you have the offensive line, it's not very good. Then you have the play calling, suspect, quarterback play. I think they all kind of factor in and they mess each other up, but who knows what the real issue is when you have Mitch Trubisky out there. You have Nick Foles, who Nick Foles to me is like the J.R. Smith of football, where you have somebody who's extremely streaky, right? Can be very good when he's hot, but when he's not, is not good. So he's like the J.R. Smith, in my opinion, of football for quarterbacks. So what does this mean for fantasy? What does this mean for fantasy? Let me answer some of your questions here. And if I don't, ask in the comments below. I'll answer any questions you have. So the first thing is, what does this mean for the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mitch Trubisky? Me personally, no interest in him, really. Now, if you're in like a 2-quarterback league, sure, I would definitely try to pick him up. Quarterbacks, more quarterbacks, the better. Maybe he changes things around. Maybe this offense gets better. I highly doubt it, but hey, you never know. You never know. This is football. From one week, you're the most hated person on the planet Earth, to the next week, everybody loves you because you're awesome. So, hey, maybe he changes things around. Doubt it, but no interest other than 2-quarterback leagues. And let's get into the next one here, and that's going to be Jimmy Graham. Now, if you're playing a tight end this year in fantasy, and if you don't have Travis Kelce or Darren Waller, basically everybody else you need to just play and hope to God that they get in the end zone. That's what the tight end position has been like this year. Now, if you have like T.J. Hawkinson, I do think he's decent. Hayden Hurst, although last week was a dud, but I think he's a little bit better than Jimmy Graham. But anybody really other than that, I mean, Mark Andrews, sure. Not too many players outside of that, though. Like, it's pretty brutal at the tight end position, so you just hope he falls in the end zone. And if he falls in the end zone, great. Just don't give me a 0. That's all you got to hope for. Don't give me a 0. Give me a fighting chance. So, Jimmy Graham, I don't think it really helps or hurts him either way. He's kind of meh on the fantasy side. Let's go to the next person, Allen Robinson. Now, I think just this game alone, though, I don't like Allen Robinson. I honestly think he's like a low-end wide receiver 2 just because of the matchup. He's probably going to see, I feel like most likely is going to see shadow coverage from Jair Alexander, so it's not a good matchup regardless of who the starting quarterback was. With, Mitch Trubisky pretty inaccurate, I don't think this is a very good play. If you have better options, I would 100% go with these other options because he's most likely going to be a dud this week just with the matchup. So look elsewhere. Next person is going to be Darnell Mooney. I don't think it really helps or hurt him that much. I think it kind of, this matchup helps him a little bit more than hurts him. Just the matchup, not necessarily Mitch starting, because they're going to have to look elsewhere other than Allen Robinson. So I think he's an okay flex play. The person I do think it helps out the most, though, is going to be Anthony Miller. I think that Anthony Miller and Mitch kind of had like this connection going at the end of last year. So I'd imagine in the first game of the season, they had the same thing going, and then it kind of faded out, was really inconsistent with Nick. So I think with Mitch coming back, I think it helps out Anthony Miller the most. And I do think he's on like my maybe ads, right? Especially this time of the fantasy season where it's pretty brutal out there. If you're in like a 12-man league, the waiver wire right now is brutal. So somebody I would keep my eye on definitely with Mitch coming back and see if he, continues to start Mitchell Trubisky, that is, if he continues to start, if it's just a 1-week thing, though. So somebody I would definitely keep my eye on. And the last one here is going to be David Montgomery. I really don't think this affects him at all. He's just going to be a volume play guy, volume RB2, where hopefully he gets in the end zone, but he's going to see definitely enough touches to keep him in that RB2 range. So I don't think it affects him at all. I think he's a solid RB2 going into this week and just forward. They have a pretty good schedule coming up for fantasy purposes. So I think he's a solid play, RB2 for the rest of the season. So that being said, if you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. Good luck, Bear fans. I hope this works out for you. I really do. So good luck to you, Mitchell Trubisky. Maybe you can get your career on track here. If not, it doesn't look good for you for the rest of your career. So, if you like this content, hit that like, subscribe button. We'd appreciate it. We'll be live on Sunday. If you have any questions regarding who to start and sit, leave in the comments too. We'll answer any questions you have. So thank you. Have a great day.